Menopause and foot pain. I got this question a couple of times. My name is Cassie. I'm a certified prosthetist orthotist, and I'm sharing foot pain and walking tips every day until I reach 1,000 followers. A couple of things I want to talk about in terms of menopause and how it affects your feet and how it can cause foot pain and what you can do about it. So first is the hormone changes that are happening in your body are causing changes in the elasticity of the tissues that are in your feet. So that's those ligaments, the tendons, your plantar fascia, things we've all talked about before. And so it doesn't allow them to really bounce back as well. And that can lead to strains, it can lead to sprains, it can lead to stress, it can lead to inflammation, all those things. And the other thing is the fat pads in your feet. Now, I haven't really talked about this before, but under our heel and under our forefoot, the metatarsal heads, we have these fat pads, and they're designed for cushioning. That's exactly, they're fat pads. That's what they're for. They're for cushioning. And what can happen with those changes in the body and with age, those can diminish, and then what can happen is those bones get closer to the ground, and that can be very painful, and that can lead to that metatarsalgia that we had talked about in previous videos as well. So what can you do about it, right? I'm keeping this very short. This is your under 2-minute kind of piece of information you can use. And so the big things here are going to be to build up, ramp up your activity level. Okay. Don't say, all right, I'm going to go walk a 5K and pretend you can just do that from nothing. Couch to 5K is going to take a little while. Okay. So, be mindful of that, because those tissues are going to need more time to recover. They're not going to respond the way they did when you're in your 20s. All right. And so here's one thing that you probably didn't think about is that because those tissues are not bouncing back the way they were, your feet are going to potentially get longer because your arch is collapsing. So just be mindful of that when you're picking out shoes, that you might not be the same shoe size anymore. All right. If you were an 8, you might be an 8.5 or a 9 now. So there's a couple of tips for you. Save this video for when you're having issues. If you have specific questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer those. And I hope this helps.